Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Thursday training call. My name is Linda Acosta, and I'm a Diamond with Joy to Live, and I am your hostess for tonight's call. And we also have Terry Lewis, Daniel Everett, and John Kirk with us, although John's not here yet. And they're also all Diamonds, and they're the ones who do all the work behind the scenes to make it possible for us to have these calls. So I'd like to take a moment and thank John and Terry and Daniel. Today, John Kirk is supposed to talk about the second part of our WordPress training, but apparently John doesn't have electricity because we're not able to get a hold of him. So we're going to try and see if we can do this ourselves and do it without John. So we have Daniel Everett, who's going to take John's place, and I'm going to help him. So if everybody can go to myjtltools.com/WordPress. And the WordPress needs to have a capital W and a capital P, so that will be myjtltools.com/capital W ORD capital P RESS. And so while I go over a couple of other things, if everybody can go to that page. The purpose of our calls is to help everyone learn how to build their Joy to Live business. And our goal is to eventually cover everything from self-motivation to free advertising online and offline, how to advertise face-to-face, and everything you need to know in between. There might be some of you out there who have team leaders who are already providing you with excellent training. Our intention is not to step on anyone's toes, but to be there to help those whose team leaders are not providing training for them. Okay, and also before we get started, our only announcement for today is the last day of the month. Oh no, tomorrow's the last day of the month. And so if you haven't already made your Joy to Live order for this month, please make sure that you make your order so that it can count this month for everything that you do by tomorrow night at midnight Central Time. So that's midnight Central Time that you need to make your order and for it to count for this month. We have a few people who haven't yet. Okay, so again, we're going to be doing the WordPress training part 2. Last week, John did part 1. And so if you're on the myjtltools.com WordPress with a capital W and a capital P, you can see that John covered how to install and set up a WordPress blog. And the topics that he covered were how to create a free blog at WordPress.com, how to register your domain name, your web hosting, how to set up your name servers, how to install your WordPress, how to access your WordPress blog, how to change your theme, how to customize your WordPress dashboard, how to add and edit your links, how to create and manage the categories, how to create a new blog post, how to format your blog post, and how to add an image to a blog post or page. And, you know, John fixed it so that last week's training is in your back office already. And this week, because John should be here, but he's obviously got no electricity, or he would be here, Daniel is going to take over the training part 2. Are you there, Daniel?
Yes.
Okay. And how would you like to start?
The first one we're going to start with is how to create and use custom menus. So if everybody wants to go to the first one, okay, stop the recording.
How to create and use custom menus. Custom menus gives you the ability to create your own menus based on whatever pages and links you want in your actual menu. If we take a look at this example blog, you can see at the top here, this is the menu. We can customize it using the WordPress custom menus. In your WordPress dashboard, under Appearance, you can see an option called Menus. Click on Menus, and this is the interface that you see. To create a new menu, let's begin by entering a menu name. I'll call mine Main Menu, and then click Create Menu. The next part is to select menu items such as pages, categories, and links. On the left side here, you'll see custom links, pages, and categories that you can add to your menu. Let's first add pages. I'm going to select the Contact Us page and also the About page, and then click Add to Menu. And as you can see, it's now in the main menu. I can save the menu now. The next thing you want to do now is make sure that your primary navigation is now using your new custom menu. And then click Save. If I go back to my blog, you can see now the new menu. If I want to arrange it in a different way, I can do so by simply dragging the items accordingly. If I want the About link to be before the Contact Us link, then I simply drag it on top and then save the menu. Now if I refresh, you can see now it's changed over. I can also add direct links. Let's put in an example here. So under custom links, this is where I entered my URL and entering a label. This is going to be called Google, and then add to the menu. And as you can see, it's now here. I'm going to save the menu. If I refresh my blog, you can see the new tab here, which goes to google.com. If I want to delete a menu, I can simply just click the Delete Menu button here. Please be aware that some themes do not support menus. However, most of the pre-installed WordPress themes support menus.
Now, is there any questions on what we just went through here?
If you have any questions, please press 5* to raise your hand. And it looks like you're good, Daniel.
Okay, let's go to the next one, how to create a new page. Shut off the recording.
How to create new pages. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a new page. And pages are different compared to posts, where posts are more for blog posts, where pages are more for static pages, which are more permanent. So if you want to feature a section called About Us or About Me, then you can create that page. And when anyone wants to find out more about your company or about you, they can simply click on About Me or About Us to find out more. So to create a new page, log into your WordPress dashboard and you'll see a section called Pages. What you want to do is add a new page. Now let's create an About Me page or About Us. I'll just keep it simple and type in About. Now we can insert our text. So I've put in a few lines of text here, and once I've finished, I can simply click Publish. Now if I go back to my blog and refresh, there's a new section or page called About. If I click on that, there's my new page. So that's how to create a new page.
Is there any questions on how to create a new page?
Okay, you have a question from area code 757. Go ahead, please. Area code 757, you had a question, please?
Yes, the call seems to be like muffled. You can hardly understand what's being said.
Okay, are you asking about the video in the background?
I'm talking, if that is a video and not someone actually talking. That's what I'm speaking of.
Yes, that is in the background so that everybody can hear, but everybody should be on their own page following the system. And that's the myjtltools.com/WordPress with a capital W and a capital P. And so that part of the call is not being recorded because John will splice everything together a little later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if there's any other questions, please raise your hand by pressing 5 star. I think you're good, Daniel.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one. How to configure permanent links. Click on it. Stop the recording.
How to configure permalinks to make your blog more search engine friendly. When you log into your WordPress dashboard, go to Settings. There should be a drop-down menu, and you'll see an option called Permalinks. Click on that, and by default, this is the permalink structure it uses. By changing the default permalink to a custom structure, your blog will be more search engine friendly. So select Custom Structure, and what you want to do is put a / %, post name, %. So now all your posts and pages will be named according to your post name or page name, making it more search engine friendly than what it was by default. I will then click Save Changes, and now my permalink structure has been updated. That's all there is to it.
Is there any questions?
Okay, it looks like you're good still.
Okay, we're going to. Went too far. We're going to go to the next one. How to configure AskMerts. Everybody want to click on that? Stop the recording.
How to configure Akismet to prevent comment spam. When you log into your blog, where you need to go is to the plugin section and then go to the installed plugins. By default, WordPress already has the Akismet plugin installed. All you need to do is activate it. So click Activate. And what you need to do next is to enter your Akismet API key. Now to get an Akismet API key, simply click on this link here and you'll be taken to the Akismet website. Follow the registration process and you'll be given a unique key. You'll then need to enter your key into this empty field here. You can then check whether you want to auto-delete spam submitted on posts more than a month old. And you can also show the number of comments you've approved beside each comment author. And then simply update options. Your blog should now be protected from comment spam, and you're all done now.
Are there any questions?
If you have any questions, please press 5 star. Okay, you have a question from Silvert. Go ahead, Silvert.
Yes, Akismet, is that just another service that one can use, can take advantage of?
Yes, it's basically so you don't get a whole bunch of spam building up on your site.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent question. Thank you very much.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions?
Is there anything else that you can add to that, Daniel, for people who don't understand the basics of that?
Well, what it is, basically the way I understand it, it's like if you're posting your blog or your page, you don't want somebody else coming in and putting their comments on it or their links on it, and this prevents that.
Great. That's great.
if you've got a blog going, the last thing you want is somebody coming in and throwing their link on your blog.
Right.
Or making a negative comment or something like that. And this, supposedly, the way I understand it, will help prevent people from doing that.
That's a gem.
Ingenious. That is a great question. Thank you so much, Silbert.
Thank you.
Okay, and that's all for your questions, Daniel.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one. How do you use widgets? So stop the recording.
How to use widgets. WordPress has a tool called widgets. Widgets are an easy way to lay out your blog the way you want. So let me show you an example. What you see on the right here is controlled by the widgets tool. So I can remove any of these sections if I'd like. To find the widget section, go to Appearance, and you'll see a section called Widgets. So on your right, you'll see the primary widget area. Now this section here depends entirely on your WordPress theme. Some themes will have less widget areas and some will have more. With this default WordPress theme, I've got 6 areas which I can customize. The primary widget area is basically the area on the right that you see here. So let's say I want to remove the search box, which is located here. All I need to do is drag this out of the primary widget area. And you can see now it's disappeared. Now if I refresh, you see that the search box has disappeared. Let's say, for instance, I want to add the links widget. All I need to do is drag it and place it wherever I want. Now you're not limited to just placing it at the bottom. You can place it anywhere you want. Let's say at the top. It automatically saves for you, so there's no need to click any save buttons. If I click refresh, you can see the links now. You can also customize the title of each widget. So recent posts is currently called recent post. If I simply want to call it post, I type in post and save. Now when I click refresh, you can see now that it changed to posts. So you can easily play around and customize your blog using widgets.
Now, do we have any questions on widgets? No questions on widget, huh?
No, you're good to go.
Okay, the next one we will go through is how to install and configure all-in-one SEO pack. Okay, stop the recording.
How to install and configure the all-in-one SEO pack. First things first, make sure you're logged into your WordPress dashboard. Next, go to the plugin section and then click on Add New. In the search box, search for all-in-one SEO and then search plugins. You need to find all-in-one SEO pack. This is the one to install. So I'm going to click Install now. Click OK and it should install. Now I click Activate Plugin. And now the plugin is activated. Now you're going to get this message here which says all-in-one SEO pack must be configured. So I'm going to click go to the admin page, this link here. This is where you configure the all-in-one SEO pack. Scrolling down, you've got plugin status. Make sure you enable it first. So once I've enabled it, the next thing I want to do is fill in these fields here: home title, home description, and home keywords. Just for your information, I did a search on Google for golf tips, which is what I'm targeting. And I want to explain what each of these fields are. As you can see, the home title is what you see here: golf tips, the most in-depth guide to instructions and then you've got the home description, which is the description here. The keywords aren't displayed here, but it's what you're targeting and it's what search engines crawl and will find. So it's a good idea to place your target keywords here. So let's start. For this blog, my blog's called Golf Tips. So I'm going to put in the home title, Golf Tips. It's a good idea to make sure that your keywords are also included in the title. Because I'm targeting golf tips, and my blog is called Golf Tips, it's already in there. But if, in your case, your blog is called something else and not including your keywords, then you simply add it together with your title. In the home description, as I mentioned, is basically what you see here. So again, you want to include your keyword here together with your description. So I've put in a blog dedicated to providing golf tips, and as you can see, I've included my key phrase there. And I've also included get free articles, videos, tutorials, and more. In the home keywords, I would put in my keywords or key phrases here. So I've put in golf tips, improved golf swing, golf blog, and golf articles. Moving forward, we've got all these other options here. We're going to simply ignore it and just update options. And now it's been updated. When I go to my blog now, you can see from the home title, it now uses the all-in-one SEO packs settings. So the all-in-one SEO pack is the fastest and easiest way to make your blog more search engine friendly.
Do we have any questions on SEO?
Okay, you have a question from James. Go ahead, James. Welcome to the call.
Hey, Linda, how's it going? I don't know if anybody else is having trouble hearing that recording, but I can't understand a word that he's saying.
The idea, I know you joined us late, James. The idea is that people are following along and listening to the recording on their system. The reason that we have it playing just in the background is so that we know where we are. But everybody should be clicking and following along. And the reason that Daniel is saying turn the recording on and turn the recording off is because later on John is going to splice all of this together so that it makes a nice, seamless call.
Okay, so is there another place where I can listen in where it's understandable?
Go to myjtltools.com/WordPress and make sure that you capitalize the W for word and the P for press. And that's where John has broken up everything.
Okay, well, I'll try and log in there then. I don't know if anybody else is having the same problem as I have, but I just thought I would share that. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions about search engine optimization? SEO for short. It looks like you're clear, Daniel.
Okay, we'll give James just a minute. So we'll be going on to how to add a contact form. Click on that. Stop the recording.
How to add a contact form. With any site, you want your customers or readers to be able to contact you. And as you can see, this blog example has no contact us form. So to add one, we need to install a plugin. The first thing you want to do is log into your WordPress blog. Inside, go to Plugins and go to Add New. And what you want to search for is Fast Secure Contact Form. This is the particular plugin you need to add a contact form. There are other plugins you can use, but this one's very simple and easy to install. So once you've searched, you'll find a Fast Secure Contact Form. Simply install now. Press OK. And now you can activate the plugin. You can see now a Fast Secure Contact Form is in the installed plugins. What we need to do next is go to FS Contact Form Options. Here are the options. You can customize the form using these fields here. The most important is the email address. So when someone submits their query using your contact form, this is the email address that it'll send to. So make sure this email address is correct. There are other options here you can customize. Just take a look at them and see what you like. Once you've finished customizing, make sure you save it. And then the next thing is to copy this shortcode here. As you can see, SI, contact form equals 1. I'm just going to copy that. And what we need to do next is go to Pages. We need to create a new page called Contact Us. So I'm going to call this Contact Us. And the next thing you want to do in this field here, make sure you've selected HTML view instead of visual so you can insert the code. Next we can just publish. We can now view the page. And as you can see, the Contact Us is now featured on our navigation bar here. And this is the Contact Us page. And that's all there is to it.
Is there any questions on how to add a contact form?
Okay, it looks like you're good.
Okay, the next one we'll view is how to add and edit users. Click on the link, stop the recording.
How to add and edit users to your blog. You can control the permissions of users in your WordPress blog. To do so, go to your WordPress dashboard and you'll see a section called Users. You can view all users by clicking All Users. Currently there's just one user. Let's say I want to add an editor or a writer to the blog. All I need to do is add a new user, enter a username, an email, and fill in the rest of the details including the password. You can also send the password to this user. This section called Role gives access levels to the user. In this drop-down menu, you've got Subscriber, Administrator, Editor, Author, and Contributor. A subscriber is only allowed to read your blog posts and pages. An administrator has full control over the blog. An editor can edit blog posts and pages. And an author can write new blog posts. And lastly, a contributor can add to a current blog post. So I'm going to give this user an author role and simply click Add New User. And now I'm done. I can easily edit users by clicking Edit under the name. So if I want to give this user a new role, such as an administrator, I can do so and click Update User. And that's it.
Do we have any questions on how to add or edit users?
And no questions. You're doing great, Daniel.
Okay, the next one we'll go to is how to track your blog visitors. Click on the link, stop the recording.
How to track your blog and gain insightful analytics. If you want to find out how much traffic you're actually getting to your blog, you need to track it. And to track it, you can use a special plugin which records the details of your visitors. To do so, log into WordPress and then go to Add New under Plugins. In the search box, search for WhatsUp and then click Search Plugins. As it shows in the description, WhatsUp is a WordPress plugin to track your visitors in real time. It has a very readable and fancy admin console to keep track of your visitors that gives you a detailed view into almost everything your visitors are doing on your site. I'm going to install it. Click OK here. And activate the plugin. As you'll see on the left side, here's the new plugin. It's called WhatsUp. You won't gain any details straight away because you need to wait for the system to collect the information. Once it does, you can simply click on this Visitor Details. And then you can sort it by details for the last 24 hours, last 1 hour, 6 hours, 7 days, 2 weeks, 1 month, and so on. And as you can see, there's been one visit, which was me as an admin. On the right, you can also filter the items by everything, spider, no spider, spam, no spam, and so on. To get a more accurate report, I would choose no spam and no spider. And this will give you a true measure of how many visitors you're actually getting. So that's the WhatsUp plugin, which will help you track your visitors.
Any questions on how to track your visitors?
Okay, no questions.
Okay, we have no questions. We'll move on to the next one, how to back up your blog. Click on the video, stop the recording.
How to back up your blog. To back up your blog, you need to install a special plugin. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you're logged into your WordPress dashboard. Next, go to Add New. In the search field, type in WP DB Manager and search plugins. There are of course other plugins you can select, but WP DB Manager is one of the well-known ones. So in this list, it's called WP DB Manager, and then click Install Now. Click OK. And now it's installed. Simply activate the plugin. And now it's activated. On the left side, you'll see a new settings area here called Database. To back up your database, simply go to Backup DB. And you can see down the bottom here, a button called Backup. So to back up your database, simply click Backup. And you can see that your database has been backed up successfully. There are other options here which you can use, such as Manage Backups, Optimize your database, Repair your database, Empty drop tables, but you won't need to touch any of these settings. In Manage Backup Database, you'll see a list of backups that you've made. You can always restore and delete your backups. And there's an option to email the database to your email address. So that's how to back up your blog.
Do we have any questions on how to back up your blog?
Remember, to ask a question, just press 5* to raise your hand, and we'll answer any questions that you have. Okay, looks like we're good to go.
Okay, the next one was Update WordPress. Click on the link, stop the recording.
How to update WordPress to the latest version. When you log into your WordPress blog, you'll see whether you need to update your blog or not. You can see by the message on top here. And there's a link to Update Now. So I'm going to update this blog now. I'm going to choose Update Automatically. And now it's in the process of upgrading. And that's all there is to it. So if I go back to the dashboard, you'll see that the message has disappeared. This means that you're using the latest version of WordPress.
Any questions on how to update WordPress?
Okay, awesome.
Okay,
No
if we don't have, well, go ahead.
No questions.
We don't have any questions there. We'll go to the last one. What to blog about? Click on the link, stop the recording.
What to blog about. Blogging might not come easy if you run out of content or things to say. This video will guide you on the types of content that can be posted on your blog. The first type of content is a top list. You can compile a list of 5, 7, 10 or more things that are related to your niche. So if you're in the music niche, you could write about the top 10 songs of November. If you're in the weight loss niche, you could write about the top 7 ways to lose weight, and so on. The next type of content is a how-to or tutorial. This essentially is a guide on how to do something. An example would be how to lose 10 pounds in 7 days. The next type of content is resources. You could write a list of resources that are related to your niche. So let's say you're in the productivity niche. You could write a list of productivity tools which will help people get things done. The next type of content is promotional. You could directly promote your own product, service, or other people's products in your blog post. Bear in mind though, a blog is really to establish relationships and build your credibility. A safer way is to soft sell, where you don't directly promote it, but instead talk about the product, which is the next type of content, a review. You could review pretty much any product or service related to your niche. You could critique a product and give feedback about a product, so those who read your review can see your recommendations. Next is news. It doesn't matter which niche you're in, there's always going to be news. So you can really act as a reporter and post news. Next, case studies. You could write a case study about someone who's had success using a product or service, such as someone who started with nothing and is making millions online. This could be a good case study since people are curious to know how it all started. Next is frequently asked questions. You could take the questions from your readers or subscribers and then post the answers on your blog. This is a great way to produce content. Next, you could survey your readers and subscribers on your blog. This method is quite simple. You just ask various questions and they will answer it in the comments section, giving you direct feedback. Next, photos. You could post photos related to your niche. If you're in the motivational and self-help niche, then you post something that is inspirational. Videos. You could create a tutorial or a video of yourself talking about a certain subject or topic, and then post it on your blog. This is a great way to establish credibility and build rapport, since your readers are able to see you. Lastly, interviews. The interviews can either be text or video or audio. So you could write a set of questions and get the gurus in your industry to answer it, and then you post it on your blog. So those are several ideas to produce blog post content.
Do we have any questions on what to blog about? Must be a very happy crew today.
You know, I think this is awesome, Daniel, what John has put together here, because most people would think that starting a WordPress blog is a very advanced thing to do. But because of the instructional videos that are in part 1, which was last week's call, and today, a person can go step by baby step by watching a 1 to 3 minute video. I don't think there's a video that's over 3 or 4 minutes here. And you just watch the little videos and follow the instructions in the video. So what John has created here is a way for everyone, no matter what their ability level is online, if they can follow the instructions, they can go through all 26 or 27 steps that are here and create their own blog. Now, Daniel, you did this yourself. Did you encounter any problems following all the instructions from part 1 or part 2?
No, I did not. I went right through mine. In fact, I've got pictures and videos and everything on my blog already.
And so the instructions that were put here, they were easy for you?
Yes, very easy. In fact, I would just watch the video a couple of times, get in my mind what I needed to do, or make myself a few notes, go back to my site, and do what I needed to do.
And so I think here again, John has taken something that normally we would look at and we'd think, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do this. And he has made it so simple by breaking it down this way. All you have to do is start with the call last week and follow step by little step, watching the videos, following the instructions, to be able to create your own blog or website using this. Now, do we have any questions about anything from last week's call or this week's call, or Daniel putting his blog together and what he's doing on his blog, how you can use this to help build your Joy to Live? Any questions at all, please raise your hand by pressing 5 star. And by the way, Daniel, you have done a phenomenal job taking over for John today. Thank you so much.
No problem there. I think one of the fascinating things about this blog, which I never did blogs before because I always thought they was too hard, but this made it simple. But the thing I found out is you can tie your blog into, if you're doing Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus or any of them, you can tie your blog in there so when they come on those sites, they can also have contact to your blog.
And how would they do that?
There's like when in people that's familiar with Facebook, you can go in and tie it to your timeline, or Twitter. You can, you have to go through the Twitter site or the Facebook site, but you can tie your blog in and use it, or you can just go on a website or a safe list and post your link on there so people can get your blog. Or you can actually, and I haven't figured out exactly how to do it. I was going to work with John, but there's a way you can set it up so you can have people sign up to receive your blog every so often, if that's something they want to do.
Excellent. And as far as the optimization goes, that's pretty simple to re-optimize a website or a blog, because all you have to do is go in on a regular basis and just change the content a little bit or add something new, right?
Yeah, yes. One of the things I've been doing, and I mainly got this idea from Cindy and her niece, is I've been going in every day and posting a new page on mine, a new blog on mine, covering the pages we have in JTL Tools, Whitefovia, Help for Diabetes, and all the product pages, and I'm just slowly putting them on there one by one every couple of days, and the people that's viewing the log is going to be able to see all the pages.
Oh, that's excellent. And also with Halloween coming up, you'll be able to go in and put Happy Halloween on it, and then take it down the day after Halloween.
Skeletons and ghosts and goblins.
And a turkey for Thanksgiving, and maybe a little something for Christmas, New Year's, and.
Is there any other questions out there? I'm sure somebody's got to have questions.
No, obviously you guys have done a phenomenal job as usual, because, if there's no questions, it means that it's easily understood. And what John's going to do is, splice all of this together like he did last week, and so that it all makes sense. And remember, if you watch the national weather, things are starting to cool off. Here in California this weekend, we are expecting snow up in the 7,000 elevation. So other places are getting ready for snow. And the more it gets cold and snowy and the weather just gets kind of inclement, the more people are going to come to the Internet, because they can't go outside. It's too cold. They don't want to go outside. Their arthritis bothers them, everything. And they will come back to the Internet. They will do ads if you're ready and if you're placing ads. And we learn this every winter, don't we, Daniel?
Yes, we do.
And so right now, because the weather is great, Internet's still a little bit slow, but it is starting to pick up. And according to the National Weather Service, and our gentleman in Alabama here tonight, the weather is getting cooler. It's getting nippy, so people will come back in the afternoons and the evenings. Got to make sure, whether you like Facebook, blogging, SafeList, Twitter, Google+, or any other form of advertising that you use, you've got to get in and place your ads and get your blog out there, get your name out there a little bit, and people will follow you. And people love to read little articles, and they're interested in how you feel about things. Show them your Joy to Live page. If you have a blue page or a Superstars page, show them your blue page, your Superstars page. We have one gentleman in our group who had taken his test results from his blood test, and he was so happy about his cholesterol results that he made a little web page out of that for his blog, and how his cholesterol levels had dropped so many points. And he's very proud of that, and that is because of the Fulvia. And so it's time to get your ads out there. Now, next week, I am happy to announce that we will have Jerry Ricks with us, and he'll be here to talk about his vision for Joy to Live, and you'll be able to ask him questions. So, if you've got people in your downline, invite them to the calls. Invite them to come and ask Jerry questions. Jerry is phenomenal to work with, and he'll be here from Salt Lake City, Utah, and talking about his vision for the future for Joy to Live, things that are going on now, and all the great things. And make sure that you go in and use the myjtltools.com, because by tomorrow, maybe the next day, if John doesn't have electricity, it might take him about 24 to 48 hours to put this call up and fix it and everything. But you will also find this on the MyJTL Tools. Another thing is, when you bring a new person into Joy to Live, go ahead and invite them to look at everything on the MyJTL Tools page. Everything is there, from how to do Safeless and Facebook and making a blog, to the Mail System Pro, which is the lead capture pages that were created for everybody to use. And so when people see the tools page and how easy it is to use the tools, they get excited. So make sure that you share this with them. And also, don't forget, tomorrow is the last day to buy product if you need any product for this month. Tomorrow at midnight Central, we start a whole new month. And I think the month of November is going to be great. October was a great month for the company, and I think November is going to be any better. Daniel, do you have anything to add to this?
No, you covered it pretty good.
Awesome, awesome. And Terry, you're here with us tonight. Do you have anything that you can add to all of this?
No, Linda. I mean, you guys know more about this than I do. This is kind of out of my expertise.
How about anything to add about the best time of day to make calls if you're working from a list as the weather changes?
Probably the best time is when you can catch the people. Usually it's late afternoon, early evening, or whatever works for you. And, whatever works in your schedule. But I think the best time to reach people is late afternoon, early evening, especially now that, starts to get darker earlier. People are more around.
Excellent. And has your weather changed yet?
No, it's nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Terry. And Terry, thank you so much for all the help that you give to John and to all of us.
Oh, okay. My pleasure.
Because it's very, very appreciated. You're part of what makes everything work. And does anybody have any calls about Joy to Live, the products, any of the tools on the MyJTL tools before we adjourn for today? Okay. Don't forget, next week, invite your downlines to come and talk to Jerry. And because Jerry likes an interactive call, and so we'll be looking forward to that. And so if there is no further questions or comments from anybody, we will see you all next week. Thank you so much for being here.